In our often fast-paced world, it's easy to get caught up in comparing ourselves to others, especially when it comes to finances. We might look at someone else's fancy car or bigger house and feel like we're falling behind. But what if we told you that true wealth isn't just about the numbers in your bank account? What if you're already richer than you think? Let's look at 7 signs that prove you're making smart money moves. Sign number 1. In the status versus wealth game, you are playing the wealth game. Entrepreneur and investor Naval Ravikant offers a powerful distinction between the status game and the wealth game, a perspective that could fundamentally reshape your understanding of money and true success. Naval argues that many of us are unknowingly playing the status game. Well, think about it. It's a game where your success is measured by how you rank compared to others. It's about climbing a social ladder, gaining recognition, prestige, and power within your social circles. This might look like chasing promotions for the fancy title, buying the latest designer clothes to impress, boasting about your achievements on social media, or even getting your kids into the best schools just for the perceived status. The crucial thing about the status game, as Naval Ravikant points out, is that it's often zero-sum. For you to move up, someone else often has to be perceived as lower down. It's a constant competition for limited spots at the top. This constant comparison and competition can have some pretty negative effects. Firstly, it breeds envy and anxiety. You're always looking over your shoulder, worried about who's getting ahead. Secondly, it can make you competitive and even resentful. As Naval says, to win a status game, you often feel the need to put someone else down to lift yourself up. This isn't a recipe for happiness or healthy relationships. Think about social media. It's often a highlight reel of everyone else's perceived successes, fueling the status game and making us feel inadequate, even if our own lives are perfectly fine. Ultimately, the rewards of the status game are often fleeting and external. That fancy title might feel good for a while, but does it truly bring lasting fulfillment? Now, let's contrast that with the wealth game. This is a fundamentally different approach to financial success. The wealth game isn't about your rank. It's about creating assets that generate passive income and provide you with freedom and optionality. Instead of splurging on the latest gadget just to show off, you are focusing on investments and savings. This could be starting a successful business that solves a problem, investing wisely in appreciating assets like stocks or real estate, creating valuable intellectual property like books or software, or building scalable online platforms. The beauty of the wealth game is that it's often positive-sum. Your success doesn't necessarily come at someone else's expense. In fact, by creating value for others, you generate wealth for yourself. So, why should you focus on the wealth game? Well, the benefits are significant. Firstly, it leads to true freedom. You become less reliant on a paycheck and have more control over your time and choices. Secondly, it builds real security. Your assets provide a buffer against life's uncertainties. More importantly, wealth in this sense allows you to pursue your passions and work on things that truly matter to you without being constantly driven by the need for external validation. And unlike the status game, the rewards of wealth creation can be long-lasting, providing you and your loved ones with security for the future. Take a moment to reflect. Which game are you currently playing? Are your financial decisions driven by a desire to impress others and climb the social ladder? Or are you focused on building genuine assets that provide you with freedom and security? Ask yourself, am I buying this because I truly need it and value it, or because I want others to see me with it? Am I pursuing this career path because it aligns with my skills and creates value, or because of the perceived prestige? The good news is, you can always shift your focus. Start by being conscious of the status game and its traps. Then, actively direct your energy towards creating value and building assets. This might involve starting a side hustle, investing a portion of your income, or developing skills that are in high demand. Remember, the goal isn't to completely ignore social interactions or have zero possessions. It's about shifting your primary motivation from seeking external validation to building genuine, long-term financial well-being and freedom. You understand that true wealth isn't about what you flash, but what you grow. This mindset means you are on the right track. Sign number 2, you are paying yourself first. Pay yourself first might sound a little selfish, but it's actually one of the most effective strategies for achieving your financial goals. It's a simple concept. Before you pay any bills or spend on anything else, you prioritize setting aside a portion of your income for your future. Think of it like this. When your income comes in, instead of immediately thinking about rent, groceries, or entertainment, you first allocate a specific amount to your savings and investments. Only then do you handle your other expenses. This is a direct contrast to the more common approach of spending first and then trying to save whatever is left over. The problem with saving what's left is that, more often than not, there is nothing left. Life happens, temptations arise, and your savings goals consistently get pushed to the back burner. It's like trying to fill a leaky bucket. You might put some water in, but it keeps draining away. Paying yourself first, on the other hand, ensures that your future financial well-being is a priority, not an afterthought. A good starting point for paying yourself first is to invest at least 10% of your income. This applies whether you're earning 30,000 rupees per month or 3 lakh rupees. The exact percentage can be adjusted based on your goals and circumstances, but 10% is a solid foundation. If you find yourself consistently putting money aside, it's a strong sign you're doing well financially because it means you're actively planning and saving for your future goals. Whether it's a comfortable retirement, a down payment on a house, funding your children's education, or any other long-term aspiration, paying yourself first makes these dreams much more attainable. The third sign you're doing well financially is that your total assets, savings, investments, property, are consistently growing at a faster rate than your total liabilities. This is the core engine of wealth creation. Imagine your assets are like a plant you're watering, and your liabilities are like weeds you're trying to keep at bay. If your plant is growing stronger and faster than the weeds, you're on the right track to a healthy and thriving garden, or in this case, a strong financial future. This growth provides a stronger financial foundation, increases your financial security, and brings you closer to achieving your long-term financial goals, whether that's a comfortable retirement, buying your dream home, or simply having more financial freedom. How do you know if your assets are growing faster than your liabilities? The key is to track your net worth regularly. This involves listing all your assets and their current values, then listing all your liabilities and their outstanding balances. Subtract your total liabilities from your total assets, and that's your net worth. By tracking this over time, say quarterly or annually, you can clearly see the trend. If you find that your liabilities are growing faster than your assets, don't worry. This is information you can use to make positive changes. Steadily building wealth, where your assets outpace your liabilities, is a clear sign you're on a solid path to long-term financial success. Start tracking your net worth today and make conscious choices to grow your assets and manage your debts effectively. We've already covered some key indicators, and now we're diving into the 4 fundamental money habits that truly showcase you're on solid financial ground. These aren't just about having a lot of money, they're about smart money management. Sign number 4. Personal finance safety net. This has 2 key components: a robust emergency fund and adequate insurance coverage. Think of these as your financial shock absorbers, protecting you from life's unexpected bumps and major blows. Health insurance. While corporate health insurance is a great perk, relying solely on it is risky. What happens when you change jobs or retire? Your coverage disappears. Investing in a personal health insurance plan ensures lifelong protection. Plus, it's generally easier and more affordable to get comprehensive coverage when you're young and healthy. It's about securing your well-being without the constant worry of hefty medical bills derailing your finances. Term insurance. If you currently have or will have financial dependents, people who rely on your income, then a term plan is non-negotiable. It provides a significant payout to your family in the unfortunate event of your premature death, ensuring their financial future is secure. A common rule of thumb is to have coverage worth about 20 times your annual income. Emergency fund. Finally, the cornerstone of your safety net, your emergency fund. This is a pool of readily accessible cash, ideally covering at least 6 months worth of your essential living expenses. This money is specifically for unexpected events like job loss, medical emergencies, major car repairs, or sudden home issues. Having this buffer prevents you from going into debt or derailing your long-term financial goals when life throws you a curveball. Sign number 5 is meeting your saving and spending targets. This shows you have conscious control over your money and a clear plan for your financial future. This starts with having a solid budget. It doesn't have to be restrictive or complicated, but it should clearly outline where your income is going, your essential expenses, discretionary spending, and most importantly, your savings goals. By actively tracking your spending, you ensure your money is allocated efficiently and in line with your priorities. It's not just about budgeting. It's about having a clear savings plan that aligns with your financial goals. Whether it's building that emergency fund we just talked about, or saving for a vacation, or paying off a debt. Furthermore, you have a strategy in place for how to save and, crucially, invest your money. This might involve setting aside a fixed percentage of each paycheck for long-term growth through investments like stocks, mutual funds, real estate, or other suitable options. You understand that simply saving money in a low-interest account won't get you to your long-term goals as effectively as strategic investing. Consistently following this comprehensive approach to saving and spending and periodically reviewing and adjusting your plan as needed is a powerful sign that you're not just getting by, you're actively building a strong financial foundation for the future and working towards your dreams. Sign number 6, and arguably the most crucial, is living below your means. This might sound obvious, but it's a cornerstone of financial well-being that many struggle with. Simply put, living below your means that you consistently spend less money than you earn. This creates a surplus that can then be directed towards savings, investments, and debt reduction. It's the fundamental principle that fuels wealth accumulation. When you live below your means, you're not constantly stressed about making ends meet. You have breathing room in your budget, allowing you to handle unexpected expenses without going into debt. It also empowers you to save and invest more aggressively, accelerating your progress towards your financial goals. Consistently having more money coming in than going out is a clear sign of financial discipline and a strong indicator that you are building a secure financial future. It provides you with control, reduces financial stress, and opens up opportunities for growth. Sign number 7 is having manageable debt. While some debt, like a housing loan, can be a necessity, excessive or high-interest debt can be a significant drag on your financial progress. When you're doing well financially, you're either debt-free, excluding perhaps a well-managed mortgage, or you have a clear plan to pay down your existing debts and are making consistent progress. Your debt-to-income ratio, the amount of debt you owe compared to your income, is healthy and sustainable. Importantly, you're not relying on high-interest debt or consistently carrying large balances on credit cards just to make ends meet. You understand the corrosive effect of high interest rates on your wealth-building efforts. You consistently pay your bills, rent or mortgage, utilities, credit cards, loans by their due dates. This avoids costly late fees, protects your credit score, and demonstrates responsible financial behavior. A good credit score, in turn, can save you money on future loans and other financial products. Being in control of your debt, having a clear repayment strategy, and consistently meeting your financial obligations are powerful signs that you have a strong handle on your finances and are not being held back by excessive debt burdens. So, if you're actively playing the wealth game, prioritizing pay yourself first, steadily growing your assets, and have mastered the 4 fundamental money habits, which are a robust emergency fund and adequate insurance, effective budgeting, consistently living below your means, and being in control of your debts, you are undoubtedly richer than you might realize. Which of these habits are you focusing on the most right now? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Want to discover small habit shifts that can lead to significant financial gains? Watch this video. Thanks for watching.